The battle over TikTok continues as President Trump delays a potential shutdown yet again. Will this controversial app find a permanent place in the U.S.? On Tuesday, President Donald Trump enacted an executive order that pushes back the enforcement of a TikTok ban in the United States by an additional 3 months. This decision comes shortly before the app was set to be removed from U.S. access on Wednesday, when the previous extension was poised to expire. Notably, this marks the third time Trump has extended the TikTok ban since it was first instituted on January 19, the day before he assumed the presidency. The Trump administration revealed this Monday that a preliminary agreement has been reached between the United States and China, designed to ensure TikTok can continue its operations in America for the foreseeable future. While the full terms of this agreement have not been disclosed, it is anticipated that a U.S.-supported buyer will take control of TikTok's American operations. This crucial step seems poised to culminate in a phone conversation between Trump and China's President Xi Jinping scheduled for Friday, where the sale agreement will likely be finalized. For months, Trump has aimed to secure a deal that would enable an American entity to acquire TikTok's U.S. assets from Chinese ownership, a proposition that China was initially resistant to endorse. Yet, according to U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, China ultimately changed its stance, following Trump's firm threat to shut down TikTok operations in the States, a move that would significantly affect the app's millions of American users. Bessent shared insights into the negotiations with CNBC, mentioning that a pivotal moment came during a call he had alongside Ambassador Jamieson Greer with President Trump right after the initial day of discussions. Trump made it clear that he was willing to let TikTok go silent in the U.S. if the negotiations failed. Looking ahead, Bessent indicated that the phone call between Trump and Xi is expected to finalize the details surrounding the agreement. He noted that a substantial portion of the negotiations, primarily related to establishing an investee group to enable a U.S.-led purchase of TikTok, had been wrapped up by April. However, the talks hit a standstill when heavy tariffs, dubbed Liberation Day tariffs, were imposed on all Chinese goods, severely affecting discussions. But after these tariffs were reduced and conversations between the U.S. and China resumed, both Trump and Xi expressed renewed interest in progressing the TikTok discussions. Despite the evolving situation, crucial elements still needed resolution, particularly around national security concerns and China's readiness to approve the deal. "We were not willing to compromise on national security for the sake of this deal," Bessent asserted. He emphasized that agreements were reached to ensure that future operations would not jeopardize the U.S. national security framework. In a show of cooperation, both the U.S. and Chinese sides reached an agreement, with Bessent stating that further details about the deal's structure and involved investors would be disclosed shortly. President Trump displayed notable leadership and determination throughout this process, Bessent added. The outcome is significantly beneficial for U.S. interests. Interestingly, Bessent opted not to elaborate on another key piece of leverage for Trump during the TikTok negotiations, the meeting that China has expressed a keen desire to organize between Xi and Trump. U.S. officials shared with CNN that a resolution regarding TikTok was an essential milestone for arranging this high-stakes meeting, which may occur as early as next month. The conversation around TikTok is far from over and raises important questions about international business relations and national security in an increasingly digital age. What do you think? Is the ongoing negotiation a step in the right direction? Or should there be a firmer stance against foreign-owned tech platforms? Share your thoughts in the comments.